Direction. This is Carrie and Liam.
Hello.
Hey guys.
How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
So your entire career has kind of been documented on television. We were talking about this before, that you got your start on X Factor.
Yeah.
And every moment of your rise to superstardom has been documented. How does that feel? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, like most bands who are made like behind the scenes, their development's all kind of backstage, whereas ours was right out in the front of it, sort of thing. So people kind of got to see us week in, week out, how we improved, if we got worse or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, we enjoyed being X Factor. It was a lot of fun.
One of the things that gets mentioned a lot too is how fast your development was. Yeah. Did you guys feel that you gelled that fast week to week?
Yeah, I think like when we first came together, we were. We kind of just hung out for like a week, so we just like made sure we were friends first before we started kind of working together.
Good move.
I think that we kind of went about that the right way, so that, it wasn't all kind of work based.
And how did you figure out who was going to sing what? I mean, obviously you're working with some great coaches, but I hear that you didn't even know what harmonizing meant.
No, not at all. I actually tried to do a little bit of harmonising. We actually tried it. We used to just hum. I used to hum a note, and then I would try and think of a note above hum that. Like we kind of tried to work out that, it just wasn't working at all. So we kind of just used to sing all the songs together, like in unison, like 5 boys around a campfire. It was ridiculous. So it's a good job we didn't tape any of those, but we actually did have some recordings, but I don't even know where they've gone. I always got some recordings, which you'll never ever see the light.
Right.
Did you ever realize getting into this, just the amount of work that was involved to put together a band, and what has the workload been like for you guys?
I think looking from the outside, it looks like quite easy. I think the shop was just how much work there was, but I think if you're doing something worth anything, and you work hard, and we do work very hard, so we're having a lot of fun as well.
Now, what about the live set that you guys are doing on the road right now? How much work went into production and choreography? How long was that rehearsed before you had it nailed?
To be honest with you, there's not much choreography that we do, sort of thing. Ours is all like kind of where you stand on the stage, sort of thing, like switch around positions and stuff, and so everyone can step forward and have their moment, sort of thing. I suppose because we all sing in the band, which is one of the key things about our band. So there was a lot of work went into rehearsing it, because a lot of the things are quite the same, but there's not really any dancing sort of choreo sort of thing. We kind of just get on there, be ourselves, have some fun, get the crowd involved, and that's kind of the way our show works, I suppose.
Not really dances.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Movers.
Maybe one day.
Maybe like a head spin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest change now that you're kind of a superstar? Do you find that there's people from your past that are connecting with you, maybe ex-girlfriends or something like that?
It's nice to talk to some people from school sometimes, just to see how everyone's kind of doing something. Yeah, it's good.
I think like the main change is just like how busy we are. I think when we were at school and at college and stuff, I think you didn't really look past the weekend, and now we can look into next year and see like what countries we're going to be in and stuff. And, that's pretty crazy.
Do you miss anything about not being famous?
I wouldn't say. I think you can miss things, just like you miss everything, but I don't think any of us would change what we're doing now for anything. So
I do think we all said that we'd love to go back to school just for one day, knowing what you knew now, sort of thing, just to go back and enjoy it a bit more, I suppose. Because school's a good fun time, but I think the main thing we miss at the moment being on the road is just our families and friends. Like, we have to phone mum every day and make sure she's okay, sort of thing. So that's kind of the thing at the moment. So without our phones, it'd be a lot more difficult.
We opened up our Twitter and Virgin Radio accounts to questions from fans of the band, and we crashed a couple of servers.
Yeah.
Safe to say, with the pure volume of questions. You guys up for a couple of questions from your fans?
These are really, really cute.
There's some great questions.
Some of them will be so random. They always are. They always come up with the best questions.
Yeah, they're really cute. Okay, this one's from Michaela from Burlington. She says, have you guys ever forgotten the lyrics to one of your songs while on stage?
I actually did. The second gig we ever did, I forgot the words, but I remember singing Snow Patrol by Chase Gods, and I pretended that the mic was broken, just so I could kind of get away with it. Yeah, it's a good one. If anyone forgets the words, just tap the mic for your tongue.
I've done it. I did it on the show, and I sang like the second verse of the first verse.
And it made it sound really inappropriate.
So then I had to change all the words.
But you saved it.
Yeah, but it sounded a little bit inappropriate at the time. You just kind of, I don't know, it's just the way it went.
This one is from Monica from Twitter. She wants to know if you guys would say something in a Canadian accent. So she's given us a sentence. There you go, that's close. Here's the sentence. If you're ordering a coffee from one of our coffee shops, it's very popular to make this order.
In the car.
Did you do we heard you might have done did you do the double-double?
Can I get a Tim Hortons double-double, eh?
That's pretty
Wow!
That's good.
Yeah.
Is that sound like
Donut
that?
holes.
Donut holes Timbits.
No, I know. People say that out and about.
Out and about, yeah. Out and
People
about.
say like it was differently.
This is from Natasha at Hotmail. Did you know that there's an app for iPhone called Harry Styles is My Boyfriend? You take Harry on dates until he falls in love with you and then proposes.
No. I don't think that's true.
Is it a free app? That's my question. How much is this going to
I think
cost?
69 pence.
You didn't know that?
I don't.
And why didn't you get a cut
I
from this
don't
app?
actually think that's right.
You're getting excited.
How did this happen?
I'm gonna have to have a look.
Is it
Yeah.
even about you? Just kidding.
Here's another phone question. Aaron from Montreal wants to know, who's the most famous contact that you guys have in your phone right now?
The most famous contact I have is you. No, I have a comedian called Michael McIntyre, who's like a UK-based comedian stuff.
Okay.
Niall has Beyonce.
Has who?
Beyonce.
Really?
Okay.
Best buds?
That's pretty cool. A lot of people on both Twitter and via email want to know, is it all weird when you read people having your names in their Twitter accounts?
No, it's cute. It's
Yeah?
cute. It's quite flattering. Yeah, it's good.
And how often do you guys actually go on Twitter and read the feeds? Do you
Well,
Every
I'd
day,
say
yeah.
every day.
Every day.
Yeah?
Unless.
Once or twice every day. Unless you haven't got internet, which is the case I had yesterday, actually.
Right.
And then this morning it froze up because that wasn't good news either. In the middle of like Twitter session, you should breathe and stuff like that.
This one's from Tracy Humphreys in Oakville. Do you boys ever get into major fights? Just curious because you're so tight, but you spend so much time together, you must get annoyed by each other once in a
I
while.
think, like, because we spend so much time together, it is kind of like any fights we have are like really squabbles. So it's about like what radio station we listen to, what we're having for lunch or something like that. So it lasts
So it's
about
over
5
pretty
minutes.
quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid ones. Like Zane loves to leave the car with work in the morning when it's
Right.
absolutely freezing in the UK. And I'm sat there on my seat, like we have our own like designated seats in the car where you sit.
No, we don't.
You always steal my
No,
seat
we
as
don't.
well.
No, we don't.
So I'm sat there, the windows just
No, we don't.
We do. I can't take this.
I'm done! And then the band broke up and they were never seen again.
And we
It's
never
not
had
true.
car seats. Back left my seat.
Always wear a seatbelt.
Well, listen,
Really random.
let's give you guys an opportunity because you're going to be traveling with Virgin Radio all across the country. Anything you want to say to your Canadian fans as we wrap things up?
Just a massive thank you. We want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported us from the start. Anyone who's got our CDs, listened to our music.
Voted for it.
Yeah.
Massive thank you. And we'll keep tweeting you, just keep tweeting us. Let's stay in touch.
CD's out in 1 week in Canada. Make sure you go buy one for you and one for a friend. I'm going to buy you one too.
Yeah,
You'll buy one.
I'll buy
That's
another.
cute. One for you, one for a friend.
One for each
You
other.
guys need
You guys good? You good? We can hook you up. We can hook you up.